Good, thanks.
Welcome to the internet.
Oh, good.
Does it feel different?
It feels a lot like the television show.
Kind of does.
It is. We have even more fun, though.
Greg Whaley is behind Mitt, which is premiering tomorrow on Netflix.
Yeah.
And Steve just asked about the governor's reaction to the film. Anyone else in the family give you sort of a candid reaction after seeing it?
No. Sundance is sort of like taking a sip of water from a fire hydrant. And what I mean by that is we had the premiere. I was quickly whisked away to press and then to a party and then to a couple of other screenings. And so there just wasn't much time to interact with the family. I honestly, I don't know how they felt about it.
What do you think would surprise people about this, about what you saw while filming The Family?
I think what I'm noticing is surprising, and I noticed this when I would go out and film the governor while he was running in 2008 and then in 2012. I would bring footage home to my wife, and she would help me log the footage, and she was shocked at what she was seeing because she was watching and following the governor just by watching cable news networks and digesting it the way we normally digest candidates. And then she was seeing this footage, and she just goes, Greg, there's a massive disparity between this and what I'm seeing on TV.
And what did she say?
Well, I think what my wife and others are responding to, audiences at Sundance that have seen the film, is that you're seeing a really
lovable guy.
Yeah.
Just warmer than people had experienced from watching him on the campaign trail. Is that what you mean?
I think so, and I also wonder too. Mitt grew up in a world in which you are you make your bones by putting your best foot forward and making sure that you've crossed all your T's and dotted all your I's. I was given access to see places where his tie's loosened, his hair's messed up, and you get to see some wrinkles in Mitt Romney that you wouldn't necessarily see in the campaign.
You see the dad also, his role as a father.
That was another thing. Everyone that's running for president is going to claim that they are a family man or a family woman, and so I think we sort of roll our eyes at that. You know, the campaign did a good job of explaining, look, this is a guy that really cares about his family, but everybody says that. In this footage, you really see, oh, this guy really cares about his family.
And it was a long time. You actually showed up, was it Christmas Eve you started filming?
Christmas Eve, 2006.
It's kind of rude of you to show up on a big day like that.
Yeah, I am somewhat...
You really needed a job.
yeah.
Did you bring a present?
I didn't bring a present. I brought a camera, which was not for them. Yeah, they're polite to a fault. That was sort of the secret sauce in making this movie. If anyone shows up without food or without a place to sleep, Ann Romney will take you in and feed you and find a place for you to sleep.
You know the thing about your movie, and I've only seen the excerpts that have been released by Netflix, is this movie, when you see him, and we've met him, and we see him behind the scenes when he's not on TV, it shows you how big campaigns want to present a certain image of somebody, and they do. And it's hard to see the other guy who might not necessarily translate onto television the campaign feels, and so they put out one image, whereas your movie shows a completely different guy.
Well, in fairness to the campaign, they have seen campaigns won and lost on very small moments, and so they see their job as to control the image. Let's put our candidates, limit the damage, and also let's put his best attributes forward, his least attractive attributes to the background.
Right.
And as a documentary filmmaker, I'm not really concerned with any of that. And strangely, I think we capture something that may have been lost in the attempt to put Mitt Romney's best face forward.
Do you think, having seen this, that it would have been a difference maker or a game changer?
I was just wondering that because I'm like, it makes you wonder when listening to you talk, and I'm looking forward to watching your documentary. It makes you wonder if the outcome could have been different. Could we have seen more of that side that we wanted to see of Mitt?
Right. I don't know. For one thing, I don't know how you would have released the film. Like I said, I hadn't filmed the ending yet, so I don't know how you would have done that. And then I think you could just take snippets of it and release it out there. I think we become semi-psychopathic people during elections, and I don't think we see things clearly. We sort of pick a jersey, we begin rooting for that jersey, and any any piece of information that runs contrary to how we want our team to win or lose, we sort of filter out. And what I mean by that is, let's say I were to release a piece of my footage that people are responding favorably now. If the campaign were to try and release that, it would be seen with a degree of cynicism that I don't think everyone would question its authenticity.
Sure.
What's great about this now is I have no skin in the game. There's no agenda. I'm not trying to get Mitt Romney elected. So my footage could just simply be seen as for what it's for.
In pure form.
Yeah.
So if the campaign had been perhaps less controlled and had less carefully crafted its message and controlled him, what would we have seen?
Well, I think
based on what you saw.
Yeah, in general, I think the idea of being able to control information or access is quickly going away.
Yeah.
This.
Well, yeah, sure, through the internet. But what specifically did you see about him that you think people might have reacted differently had they known it?
I don't know. To me, when I think this is true of all of us, we tend to personally want to conceal those parts of us that show make us seem vulnerable. We don't want to feel that way.
So he was too perfect. Is that what you're saying? He's too perfect, and then
but that's
when you
true
see
of
him,
any
he's
campaign.
just a little more casual.
Yeah, I believe this would be true of Barack Obama. I believe it would be true of Hillary Clinton, and I believe it was true in spades with Mitt Romney.
Did you cover in this the 47% comment that was indeed a game changer according to many?
Yeah, I deal less with the politics, but I capture 47%. The way we deal with it in the film is how does the family react to it? What does it do to the campaign, and as a result, what does it do to Mitt Romney? To me, the 47% moment bleeds into a scene we have in the movie where Mitt Romney has to prepare for his first debate with Barack Obama, and because of 47%, he's had a steep decline in poll numbers, and as a result, it really feels like he's going to. It's a death march.
Sure. Well, one thing the other campaign, the Obama campaign, was very effective at, along with certain members of the mainstream media, was to portray him as a wooden, robotic, cartoonish, rich guy, and that all stuck. So when we watch your movie tomorrow on Netflix, we'll see something we haven't seen before.
You get the inverse of that.
You do. All right. So check it out. Greg Whiteley, a real pleasure to meet you. And now that you've spent 6 years on Mitt Romney, what's new for you? What's next?
I don't know. I'm gonna take a break. But we're actually, there's a film that I'm working on, and if you've got time for me to pitch this movie, it'll come out in the next 6 months. But there's a guy named Tony Wagner out of Harvard that wrote a book called The Global Achievement Gap, in which he describes education and the shift it needs to take away from the industrial model it currently is churning out kids without skills that can compete in the new economy, and what education ought to look like to imbue new skills.
Timely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll keep you posted. You have me back on?
Absolutely.
Yes. Hey, Steve, before we go, you're headed to Kansas.
Thank you. Great
Kansan of the Year.
Congratulations.
Your family's going to be there as well?
Yes, they
Who's all
are.
going? Mom, Dad?
My dad,
Your dad?
sister, nephew.
I'm sorry, your mom, right.
Yeah, a full house.
Your mom has
Bundle up.
Wonderful.
Got a full house.
Wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Go, Steve. There for
You
Steve.
can make a documentary if you wanted to.
Follow her.
I'm available.
6 years with Steve.
Congratulations, Steve.